to the special book commentary of Britney Spears, The Woman in Me. We are currently going to be doing commentary on chapter 17, pages 103 to 108. And this just starts off with the new album, In the Zone. It was her... the first single, it wasn't her first single, obviously, but the first single on the
Madonna
album was Me Against the Music with Madonna that we had just talked about her performing at the VMAs.
With the Kiss.
And then the next was The Toxic, which I love that song, and it won a Grammy.
And that's the one that she was on the plane, right?
Yeah, with the blue outfit.
Yeah, she was like the
flight
attendant.
Yeah, stewardess. Yeah. MTV then followed her through New York City for 3 nightclub appearances and just did a whole reality little like special on her promoting that song and promoting that album. And then all of a sudden, there was a knock on her door. 3 men that she had never seen before in her life walk in.
That's creepy.
Yeah, you think so? In her 4-story New York City apartment.
So creepy.
And the 4th man was her father. So, Jamie.
Not a good sign.
Not a good sign. Not like, here we go. This has to be it.
Yeah.
Well, the men just kept asking Britney all these, like, personal questions, just, like, drilling her, like your dad would do if you're like 12 and you snuck out at night, or your mom would do. But these are 3 men that she doesn't know. What are you doing?
And she's well into her 20s,
by the way. Yeah. So asking her all sorts of questions, and she doesn't go in detail what the questions are, but then and she just kind of like shut down. She just like stopped talking to them. She's like, what the fuck?
Like, why does she even have to answer any questions?
What is going on? Well,
I'd be like, where's my lawyer? Are you like
what is going on?
Yeah.
So the next day, they inform her that Diane Sawyer is coming the next day for an interview. So then Diane Sawyer shows up at her apartment the next day in her like sanctuary of isolation of trying to get the fuck away from all these people.
And we already covered that she's more of an introvert and she doesn't do well with small settings.
And this is her like safe space. And now they have infiltrated her safe space. Not cool, dude. So.
And if anybody has watched the Diane Sawyer, if you go back, if you haven't seen it yet, and you go back and you watch the interview,
it's brutal.
It's horrible. Britney is like crying during this interview, and Diane Sawyer
keeps pounding her with questions.
Not good.
Asking her what happened with her and Justin. Why did she break Justin's heart? Why would she do that to him?
I don't know. I mean,
no, that's what she's asking.
No,
why.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Why did they force her to have an abution?
Yeah.
Why did he cheat on her with multiple women? She doesn't want to say
all that on national TV. It's not nobody's business.
She's not gonna air her dirty laundry or whatever.
No, now she is on this book.
No, but I mean,
years later,
because now she's like over it.
Fuck it, yeah. 25 years later, now she's like, okay, fuck it, I'm out, I'm done.
It just shows what a bigger person she was back then, because she has so much dirt on Justin. She could have just really made him look like the fucking jerk that he was. Yeah. But she didn't, and she kept it in and internalized it, which is kind of sad, because like. Almost seems like she made herself believe all this stuff. She did,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of her, like, empathetic personality.
Yeah.
She did. It was fucked up. So, she just felt like it was all set up to make her cry in front of national TV.
It was.
And to fuck with her, to break her down. Mm-hmm. And that's really what Diane Sawyer did. Barbara Walters, Diane Sawyer, like all those news reporters, they would ask just the right questions to fuck with you. One of those late night talk shows. Those investigative late night things were...
They wasn't
Oprah. Like, Oprah's nice. This shit was...
It was, like,
bullshit.
very humiliating.
Yeah.
And degrading for her, the way that they approached the questions. Yeah.
She ended up going back to Louisiana, partying with her friends in the guest house in the backyard of her mom's house that she built.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she built that house.
And she built the guest house in the back for her. Her mom complained about her loud, like them partying and being too loud.
Okay,
and so Britney was like,
enough, yeah.
wait, I'm an adult.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
I have money. I'm out. And so she went to Vegas for New Year's Eve. And
She's like, I don't have to be here.
Yeah, wait a minute. So her and her friends went off to Vegas and had a fucking blast and was like just being fun, silly, drunk as fuck. Paris Hilton showed up. They took off their shoes and they
that's
quote
when her
unquote,
and Paris were hanging out more.
Yeah,
Like,
quote unquote ran through the club like fairy dusted idiots. It was her quote in the book.
And the funny thing is,
she just had so much fun. She felt free. She felt silly. She's just being a normal 2-year-old.
Yeah, and it seems like this is the first point in her life where she was just like really free of Justin, free of the guilt, free of the shame
parents,
of her
free
abortion,
of everything,
her
like,
parents, and she finally had like an epiphany, like I can just go live my life.
And she had a few days with nowhere to be. That was a major thing. She had no appearances, no interviews, no nothing. It was a holiday. And a lot of celebrities do work on holidays, but she had New Year's Eve off.
Which is huge for her.
Huge.
Because she was always go.
So she had a bunch of days off, so she's like, fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then she ended up hooking up with a childhood friend. And then, 3 days later, at 3:30 in the morning, she ended up at a little white chapel. And got married.
She married Jason Alexander.
Family made a huge fucking deal to the point where they flew to Vegas. Mom and dad showed up at the hotel.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
The next morning.
Yeah.
And
I remember this.
55 hours later, she was at the courthouse having it annulled.
Yeah.
She didn't even have enough time to regret it. Because she was like, I'm just having fun. It's just a silly thing. It's not serious.
Yeah.
I'm just like having fun, whatever. But she didn't even have enough like time to sober up before she was already annulling it.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and
you know what? Take your paws off of her.
Yeah.
Let her figure out that, oh my God.
Yeah.
Have the regular Las Vegas drunken
let her
marriage. Let her like
she
give her a couple
days.
It out in like 3 days. Just give her a few more hours to sober up for a minute.
How funny is that? But you know what? To this day,
yeah,
that man. Well, now Jason Alexander. I believe his name is Jason Alexander, right?
She actually didn't say it in the book. I meant to.
I think it's Jason Alexander, if I'm remembering correctly. When she just got married to Sam.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, now they're divorced or whatever, or going through a divorce, or I don't know if they're legally divorced or not yet. But he was like checking in on her before she married him, and they still are friends and they still talk.
Oh, that's awesome. Because it sounded like it was a childhood friend.
Yeah, no, they were friends
from like Louisiana
since they were little.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. So it was like if you were just like on a whim marry one of your besties. In a sense, and then like. Okay, they got it annulled, and they're like, haha, oh gosh, we got married. Like,
yeah,
you know.
She just, like, when she got annulled, she was just, like, felt so much pressure from her family, media, from, like, everybody. Mm-hmm. She was finally not
She probably had some love for him.
And she was finally, this was the first time when she went to Las Vegas that she was not under parental control, and her parents got fucking scared because they're like, oh my God, she's, like, an adult in the world. And she can do whatever the fuck she wants, and we have no control over her. Mm-hmm. Because, mind you, she is financially taking care of these people.
Oh, so many people.
She is supporting them. No, but she's supporting her parents financially. Oh. They are 100% supported by Britney, and so they have to keep her making money.
That's a money train right there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If she slips off, she became just a 2-hit wonder. Like, she could have just easily just slid off and just never been heard from again, never made any money, just washed up, tried, whatever. Mm-hmm. Especially ending up back with this childhood kid from fucking the sticks of Louisiana.
Yeah.
I'm sure her parents were fucking like, oh my God.
What are you doing?
Yeah, get back to Hollywood. You can't be here. So everyone.
But I wonder if she would have married like some really it guy back then, if they would have done the same thing. Because this guy was just like nothing against him, but he was just a childhood buddy.
Yeah.
You know, what if, and they were like, oh no, obviously you got to get this annulled. You cannot do this. What if she would have married Colin Farrell? Who was like, that was his height. Or what if she, you know what I mean? Or like a Brad Pitt. Britney's always loved Brad Pitt. I mean, who doesn't? But you know
but
what
I wonder if they would have even batted an eye and been like, "Oh, that's great!
Yeah,
money, more money, yeah, maybe, probably.
Who knows?
So everyone, like the media and stuff, was like, "What are you gonna do now, Britney? You've had 3 days of freedom. You got married. Now what?" Like, and so she just was like, she just kept being like, "I just want time to myself."
Yeah.
She wants to settle down. She wants to find true love. She just felt like she was missing out on just like the normal 20-year-old, like going to the bar, having fuck ups, and we've all done it. We've all fucked up, going to the bar and like done stupid shit.
Live life to learn.
Yeah,
let her learn. Let her live her life.
She never got to,
yeah.
And so I guess that's the end of chapter 17. So we'll have to come back for chapter 18 and see where life leads her next. So. We will be back next week with a couple more chapters. We're doing just a couple at a time.
Yeah.
There's only about 58 chapters, so we should be done in about 3 years. We did take a really long time off.
We took a little hiatus.
A little time off because, we took time off of everything because of the holidays, and it's kind of taken a while to get us back to where we need to be.
The last time we did Britney was about a month ago.
Yeah. So, sorry about that, but we're trying to be back on it. So, anyways, we hope that you guys have a great night and stay tuned because we are back on it and we will have more Britney bitch for you.
It's Britney bitch.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.